Hi there, we are Lisa and Chris. Please join us aboard our main ship 390, Cool Beans, as we cruise America's Great Loop. We finally had a good weather day to leave Frankfort, so we set out at 7 a.m. and what do you know, more fishing boats in the inlet. In all fairness, it was Labor Day, so this was probably a busy local fishing day. The weather cooperated with us for most of the day. It was a great day to travel on the lake. As usual, the lighthouses fascinate me. I love them so much. And what a cute town from the waterfront. This is Ludington. We didn't stop here overnight, but we did pull into the marina and fill up with diesel. They had a great price, and we had been waiting for this. We took nearly 200 gallons. Chris does a great job estimating our fuel usage while underway. He predicted this exact number. Back on the water and heading to Pentwater for the night. Look at how the watercolor changes from the lake to the inlet. I'm sure it has to do with the depth. The marina was great, and we walked around town and the marina area to look at all of the boats. Travel day 95. We went 55 nautical miles from Frankfort, Michigan to Pentwater, Michigan. If you are new to our channel, we have a Spotify playlist if you're interested in the music we listen to while we are on the loop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where did we just leave? Where are we going?
We're leaving Pentwater and we're headed to Muskegon.
I know. What time is it?
It's 7 a.m.
Yeah, we got up early. The water's supposed to get a little rougher this afternoon, so how long is it to Muskegon? 6 hours?
40 nautical.
Okay.
So a little over 5 hours, 5.5.
Okay, good. So we should be fine.
That's the plan.
Should be is the operative wish. Okay, well, Pentwater was great. We were only here for a few hours. We went to their little store. Really cute. Cute little town. I'll pan back and show it. Any words of wisdom?
Sun will be coming up in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's not words of wisdom, but okay. Here we go. I'm going to pan back. Cute little town. Pan over. Look at these cute houses. Can't really tell through the isinglass, but I liked it. The morning started out with really nice, calm water. We had another long day planned, but we did have an out if we needed to stop. We knew the weather would change and the water would get choppier. We left early and trawled along at 7.5 knots. Our out was Muskegon, but we figured another 90 minutes and we'd be to our desired destination. So once we passed Muskegon, of course, that's when the weather changed. It was 90 minutes of crazy waves, about 2 to 3 foot waves every 2 to 3 seconds. I tried getting video of it so you could see, but I can see now that it just looks a little rolling, but believe me, it was much worse. I was hanging on the rail and couldn't even get up to pick up things that had fallen. We were so glad to see the Grand Haven lighthouses. That meant we were almost to the inlet. We knew we had to go under a bridge, but Navionics said it was a 15-foot clearance. but the comments said it was a 25-foot clearance. So Chris radioed the bridge master and asked for clarification. He didn't want to tell us, probably for liability reasons, but asked our clearance. Chris said 18.5 feet, and he said, and I quote, "You should be okay." That was not overly reassuring, but we did make it with a couple of feet to spare. We got to the marina and saw a flock of swans just swimming around. The weather looks bad for the next week on the lake, so we settle in here for a nice long stay. Travel day 96. We went 51 nautical miles from Pentwater, Michigan to Grand Haven, Michigan. What is your tip of the week?
This week I wanted to show you our water system and how to correctly hook up the city water. We're going to start at the boat. The first item we have here is a pressure regulator that regulates the water not over 40 psi. Next, we have a flexible hose, a water cutoff, which is very important. We cut the water off every time we leave the boat. That way, if something goes wrong, it's not flooding our boat. Our filter, our dedicated hose that's only used for city water. We don't use this for washing the boat or anything else. It's always had clean, fresh water in it. I don't have to worry about it. I know it's not contaminated. Now we'll show you what we do before we hook up the city water. The first thing I'd like to do is turn the water on, flush the lines. I kind of get an idea of how much pressure we have. In this instance, pretty easy to see that this city water has lots of pressure. In this case, I'll use a pressure regulator on this side of the hose also. We were in a situation where we were hooked up without a pressure regulator on this end of the hose, and our hose started expanding. I thought it was going to break the hose. But since then, on high pressure systems, I use a pressure regulator on both sides of the hose.
Great tip. To take advantage of a week in port, we rented a car and headed out to a multitude of appointments that we had scheduled. First one, and Chris would say most important, a barbershop for a haircut. After some medical appointments, we found a yummy Mexican restaurant, and right down the road was a casino, so of course we had to go in and look around. A fun time was had, and we walked away with more in our pockets. We had no idea this part of Michigan had so many cornfields and greenhouses. And what's up with this speed limit sign? I've never seen 21 as a speed limit before. You can see the sky here. The weather was definitely not conducive to boating. In this week's interesting loop information, I'm going to talk about booking a marina reservation in Michigan. Many marinas in Michigan are run by the state and use a state-run website, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. It's really easy to use and the rates are pretty affordable. I'm going to run through booking a reservation. You first go to their website and come to this page. Be sure to click on Harbor to get you to the marinas. Then you select the city, dates, and boat specs and hit Enter. It will take you to a marina map with colored stars which show you which slips are available for the dates you selected. Click on the green star for a detailed map, and then you can select which exact slip you want. Look for a green star. So here I clicked on slip 36, and it comes up with the slip specs and the rate on the right panel. This slip is $1.90 a foot and has a max length of 45 and a max beam of 15, so Cool Beans is good for that. Let's say I want this slip. I then click Reserve, and it summarizes the request. If I click on Acknowledging the Rules and hit Confirm, it will run me through a few more screens, then a payment screen, then it will show you Success. You are all set. I also wanted to point out something. You will pay an $8 reservation fee, and per the policy, it's non-refundable. Also, you can make changes to your reservations, and you can even cancel the reservation if you do it the day before the arrival date and get a full refund less the reservation fee. We have had a great experience with this reservation system, and we thank the state of Michigan for ease of use. So here are two two more of our boat buddies. I want to introduce you. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Yvonne Pierce, and this is my husband, Michael, and we're on Strummin Along.
Awesome. Well, tell me about your boat. What kind of boat is it?
It's a 42 Nordic tug flybridge with a Cummins 450 horsepower motor, diesel, and it's about 44 foot overall, 14 foot beam. They say about a 4.7 draft.
Awesome.
With a 22 foot air draft with the mast up.
Gotcha. Tell me about the name of your boat. Who named it and what does it mean?
Well, we love music, and Michael plays guitar. We haven't played a lot because we're so busy planning.
I know.
But we named it Strummin Along because of the guitar. I thought that was just a great name for it.
It does fit you. Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Where did you start your loop?
We started in Vero Beach, Florida.
And where are you from?
We're from Las Vegas, Nevada.
So how did you hear about the loop?
That's a good question. We boated back on Lake Mead out of Las Vegas, and I believe it's just from conversations on the dock with a few other people in our yacht club out there. I'm not even sure how we heard about it, but we did have some conversations with them back there. Then we started researching it and stuff, probably back in 16, 17. Went to our first looper event in the first part of 2018, and here we are.
Here we are.
Oh my gosh, it's been awesome.
Yes, it has.
What is one thing on the boat that you can't live without?
Oh, you know what? We really thought about everything. I mean, boating is just amazing, and you don't need much. But the Starlink has just been flawless. And you know, we don't work, but to do watching TV and the internet and just keeping in touch with people and everything, it's the bomb. It really is. So
I agree.
You like it for charting
And I couldn't do without her. I don't know how. There's some people on the loop that are doing it solo. I have no idea how. She just manages everything in the boat and keeps us fed, clean, laundry.
But he does all the plotting, and he's an amazing captain.
Lines handling.
It's a lot of work, but we love it.
It's teamwork, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We all have our roles, and you know, we're the same way in our strengths. Yes, for sure. Well, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last question. How was your experience with the locks? Tell me about that.
We're professionals
The
now.
74th one was pretty good. The first one was another story.
Where was the first one?
Our first one
Was
was
outside
actually
the Dismal Swamp.
the Dismal Swamp.
Okay, yeah.
It was 12 feet,
Yeah.
and I went, okay. And I'm thinking, oh, they're going to get taller or longer or shorter. And they've been amazing. A learning experience. Michael, it's great to have the pilot house because there's a door where Michael grabs the bow and I grab the stern, and we watch the lines that way. But the lock masters are amazing. They will help you any which way they can, and it's a great time to catch up with people inside the lock also. So.
We've had some good conversations.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So your second lock, was it, or after the Dismal, was it Troy, the federal lock in New York? Did we have any locks in between there? I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so
That was a
Troy,
big lock.
right, going into Albany and then going into the Mohawk Erie Canal.
Yeah, yeah.
Which the next one's.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, now you're pros because
Yeah.
we've done the Trent Severn and yeah, we're pros.
Canada and everything.
Yes.
It's been amazing. It was every block was different, so it
Yeah.
was just great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
Easy peasy.
speaking of the Dismal, I put it in there with Susie and Don, but we met you right outside the Dismal, so that's when we first met you guys in Elizabeth City,
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
and we started traveling together in Oswego, on and off, mostly on. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great having buddy boats, and
It
it's
has
been
been.
great having
Absolutely.
the friendships and the things that we all can share along
Yes.
the way. So it's been fun.
It's been amazing.
It has.
And we will continue.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we will. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay.
Welcome back aboard Cool Beans. Not a lot to report this week. We been hung up because of weather. We left Frankfort on Monday, Labor Day, and went to Pentwater. Spent one night in Pentwater, and then headed to Grand Haven. Pretty rough trip, but it was manageable. And that was on Tuesday, and we've been in Grand Haven ever since. We had planned to leave Saturday, and it looks like it could be as late as Tuesday before we leave. The wind has just been relentless, and that big lake gets mean when the weather's up. The reports are 4 to 7 foot.
Yep. And we're not going to get out in that.
Anything over 2s is just pretty miserable.
Pretty miserable.
So that's kind of the week. We did a little over 100 miles in 2 days, and
yeah, we've just been here. We rented a car for a couple of days. We ran a bunch of errands, got some stuff checked off our to-do list. Been working on the boat today. Going to work on the boat a little bit tomorrow. Just cleaning, reorganizing, cooking in preparation for hopefully traveling next week. So yeah, so it's been kind of a slow week, but next week will be better. And hopefully we'll reach Chicago next week sometime.
that's the plan.
That is the plan. Thanks everyone for watching. Hi to all of our friends and family.
Keep the comments coming, and we'll see you next week aboard Cool Beans.
Bye.